Hey, precious Pisces, this is your Cosmic Pastor, Jeremy Riden, using astrology to help you heal deeply and live fully. And this is secret number 3 in the Pisces Rising series, where I share information and insight to that inspirational rising sign, Pisces. So if your ascendant is in Pisces and you're a Neptune riser, subscribe to my channel, ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future Pisces points that I'll be sharing. Today I'm excited because we're going to talk about the wealth of being born a Pisces riser. We're looking at the 4 aims of life. Last week, we talked about the first aim, which is Dharma, your life purpose. If you've not seen that video, go look at the secret number 2 so you can discover why you were born a Pisces riser. Astrology is not a fluke. It has the answers to why we're here, what we're here to do, what we're here to accomplish, our strengths, our struggles, our soul growth. And so if you want to know what your life purpose is, go check out secret 2 and then come to secret number 3, Artha. That is the second aim in the 4 aims of life that are taught in the Hindu tradition. Master these 4 areas and you'll have a happier life. The second aim today, Artha, is your wealth. It's your money. I got my mind on my money and money on my mind. It takes money to be on this planet. Earth is a physical reality. It's a physical plane. So even though we have, as Pisces, we're spiritual people, mystical people, magical people, artists, musicians, idealistic people, this is still in a lot of ways a practical world where it takes money to make the world go around. In fact, in some of the sacred scriptures, it says money answers all things. So no, money doesn't necessarily make you happy, but boy, if you don't have to be stressed out about where you're living, where your next meal is, you can have some happiness with having a little more money in your bank account. On a side note, they did a little survey one time, and they said happiness does increase with money, but only to about $75,000 a year. After $75,000 a year, the happiness isn't that much affected by money. So if you're a Pisces and you're making that $5,000, $10,000 a year, and you're like, oh, I'll never make $75,000, let's look at your second aim today, your Artha, how you go about creating wealth so we can get you up to the higher levels of money so you're not stressed out about your finances. So traditionally in the Vedic system, and even if you're not following Vedic, if you're a tropical Pisces rising, that's fine. You can still learn from this system. In the Vedic system, it teaches that the traditional zodiac sign of earth signs. Earth signs tell us about our money. It tells us about our wealth. It tells us how we create and generate wealth in our life. Makes sense, right? Earth signs about the earth, solid, stable, practical, building up your net worth, building up for your retirement. You know, these are very much earth qualities. And so you want to look at where your earth signs are in your natal chart to get an idea about how you can steadily, practically, and consistently create a more safety structure when it comes to your finances or even wealth, even great wealth. Now, in this series, we're using whole house astrology. In whole house astrology, every Pisces riser has their 3 earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, in the 3rd house Taurus, 7th house Virgo, and the 11th house is Capricorn. Your earth signs are in 3, 7, and 11. What does this say about the money of a Pisces riser? Well, 3, 7, and 11 are traditionally the relationship houses. This tells us that Pisces, it is your connection to people that increases your network. Especially a lot of Pisces people are actors, movie stars, musicians, painters. Not all. Remember, when you were looking at the natal chart, you got to look at everything in there. So I'm just generalizing. There can definitely be accountant Pisces, and there can definitely be, more practical Pisces, but you would still have to find a way to grow your intuition, grow your inspiration, grow your imagination if you're doing like an accountant job. Because at the core, Pisces is a dreamer. So if you're in a career where you're not dreaming, you better have a hobby, you better have a nonprofit, you better have something where your spirit comes alive when you engage in it. But for the sake of this video, all Pisces, your relationship houses determine your wealth. The third house is about hobbies. Hobbies, brothers, short trips, communications. Pisces can do very well in the communication field. So if you're thinking about teaching, if you're thinking about, doing anything in computers or technology, these are great fields for Pisces. You could work with your siblings because third house rules siblings. So if you want to get into a business with a sibling, I'm all for it as a Pisces riser. Also, as a Pisces ascendant, hobbies. Third house is hobbies. Eventually, many Pisces are able to make an income off of your hobby. So, example, like a lot of those singers, right? They're working other jobs while they're trying to make their music, and one day their music takes off. Pisces risers, your hobbies can literally make you income, can make you wealthy. It may not happen overnight, right? A hobby is something we're doing on the side, part-time. But if you would treat your hobbies more serious and seriously look into your hobbies, maybe even start doing something with that hobby on the side to generate wealth from it, many Pisces risers someday can make a living off of their side hobby. How many people have started a collection, started something, and then it grew into something beyond their imaginations? So don't rule out the things you're interested in, because hobbies is interest. Your interest can create you wealth. So don't try to put yourself in a box and just do what you think people say. Well, this is a good business decision, or this is what you should do. Maybe 25, 30 years ago when they said, hey, college will get you the American dream. It will not get you the American dream, Pisces. You got hundreds of people, thousands of people graduating from college, doctors and lawyers that can't find a job. So don't discredit your interest. Your interest can really bring you interest, right? Money, interest, principles, compound, finances. Your interest can bring you income. Repeat after me, Pisces. My interest can bring me income. So start playing around with that a little bit. So then we go into that seventh house is ruled by Virgo. Well, seventh house is the partnership. So you can make your money in business partnerships. Many Pisces can be in business partnerships. If you're thinking, well, what kind of person should I partner with? Pisces, partner with practical people. Let you be the dreamer, the visionary. Let you be the healer, the mentor, the guide, the counselor. But you got to get someone with you that also is very maybe cynical. And I don't want cynical, but we do need people that can see where things can go wrong. We do need people not to be a wet blanket on us, but to help us take things step by step. And that's Virgo. Virgo in the seventh. A lot of Pisces marry Virgos. My mom is a Pisces. She married my dad, a Virgo. Guess what? I'm a Virgo. So, with that being said, you want to really, if you're going to partner with people, maybe partnering with other dreamers isn't the best idea. You want to partner with that person that's good with the books, detail, organization. But this also says that you can make money in the health field, right? Because Virgo rules health. Virgo rules healing of the body, holistic. If you've been thinking about a holistic business, you can do it, Pisces. Alternative medicine, you can do it, Pisces. That Virgo rules all things pure, holistic environment, right? Because Virgo is the virgin, the maiden of earth, Mother Earth. So you can really do things in environmental sense, in a very clean, because Virgo's cleaning, is purity. I mean, just Google Virgo and think about Virgo partnerships. But definitely, Virgo is actually a counselor. A lot of people don't think this. They think Virgos criticize. Let me say something. Virgos use their minds to be a problem solver. Why are you listening to me? Because I'm a Virgo that can dissect realistically your chart and give you insights. You can be a counselor yourself. You can have a counseling practice, a life coaching practice, some type of practice where you're solving problems for other people, because Virgo's a problem solver. You can create a business that solves some type of problem. bring that Pisces inspiration to it. What's a big problem you want to solve? What's something that inspires you? Say, we've got to do this on the earth. We've got to make people more healthy, mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm just throwing ideas out there, that Virgo in the 7th house. Now, then we look at your 11th house, because the 11th house is your groups and organization. So 3rd house is your siblings, your hobbies, maybe even some childhood friends that you grew up with, so you can do business with childhood friends. You jump to the 7th, you can do business with your marriage partner or a very close partner, so you can do business that way. And then we jump into the 11th, which is organizations. And you got, with that 7th house, you got Capricorn ruling that in the 11th. Well, what kind of organizations you should be in? Well, Capricorn rules old age. So you can see a lot of people maybe opening up retirement homes, nursing homes. Once again, there's some kind of medical thing going on here. Not that everything's medical, but Saturn, Saturn also rules, like things under the earth, like with Pluto. Maybe, I don't want to get into trading, but I do want to say, Google Saturn, take a look at Saturn things, organizations that maybe be helping older people. That is really good. But, it's also about organizations that have been here a long time, because Saturn is wisdom. Saturn is do the test of time. So you do want to, if you're going to partner with organizations, maybe bring your inspiration to an organization that's already established. Maybe it's an organization that's been here a long time, but they need fresh blood, new insight, and you can bring new life to this very stable organization. Now, what this says with Saturn there is 11th house is sudden gains and wealth. A lot of Pisces don't see what we call sudden wealth a lot of times until you get older. So if you're a younger Pisces and you're like, oh my God, what are my finances going to be? I'm worried. With that Saturn in the 11th, is saying, you know what? If you don't see all the wealth that some of your younger people are seeing, don't worry. It doesn't mean that you're going to be poor and old and a bag lady and destitute, because Saturn normally does honor. Saturn normally does, in time, reward you. With that Saturn ruling the 11th house, in time, you can be a leader of many organizations. You can get a prominent position in big institutions, and it may take a while to build your way up in the institution, but you can start at the bottom and work your way all the way up to president, work your way all the way up to CEO, vice president. It may take time, but we can definitely see that if you stick with it and you believe in it, that there is room for you to grow in institutions. So definitely don't cut that off. So then now, I always say this to a lot of my people: the happier your relationships, the happier your life. For you, Pisces, the better your relationships, the better your income. Your network will determine your net worth. So you want solid networks. You want great friendships. If you got trouble in the romance, in your marriage, it'd probably be trouble in your bank account. If you got trouble fighting in with the siblings, it'll probably throw you off in your communications. Because Artha, your wealth building material, how you build your wealth, is connected to the relationships. So if your relationships are suffering, your wealth will suffer. If you invest in your relationships, if you nurture your relationships, if you strengthen your relationships, ultimately, you'll be strengthening your income, your wealth, and your money. So, and then more happiness, because to me, life is all about relationships. Better relationships, better life. Now, traditionally, I said for you, your money is in 3, 7, and 11. So what planets do you got in 3, 7, and 11? The planets that are in your 3rd, 7th, and 11th house, these are your money planets. These are the planets that you want to pay attention to. What kind of jobs do these planets represent? That's the kind of work you want to do. Now, traditionally, when we're talking about earth signs, Venus rules Taurus. Venus is about pleasure, but it's also about finances and income. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is about business, communication. And then we got, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Well, what am I saying here? I'm saying take a look at Venus. Where is your Venus in your chart? Where is your Mercury in your chart? Where is Saturn in your chart? Venus, Mercury, Saturn, these are the traditional money planets. Where are they in your chart? What are they aspecting? What does that house symbolize? Listen, folks, I want you to subscribe to my channel if you're serious about looking at your natal chart. If you're serious about taking astrology to improve your life. I use astrology to help people become more wealthy. I use astrology to people get more healthy and more happy. But it doesn't just come by listening to your sun sign. Now, I do sun sign horoscopes because so many people have been asking for it. But ultimately, if you want to be a powerhouse, get your natal chart out, put it out in front of you, and begin to dissect it over and over and over and over again until the light bulbs come off. So 3, 7, and 11, the planets in there, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn, wherever they're in your chart. And then also, traditionally, the money houses were 2, 6, and 10. So you want to, second house is wealth, sixth house is everyday jobs, 10th house is your career, your reputation. So what planets are in 2, 6, and 10? Notice, I've just given you 6 houses that you need to study. You need to study 2, 6, and 10 as a group, and you need to study 3, 7, and 11 as a group. You got probably some planets in those. That's 6 houses. You most likely got planets in those houses. And if you're a few that say, I ain't got no planets in those houses, well, then look at what I said. Venus, Mercury, and Saturn are somewhere in there. Now, let me give you another little tip before I let you go. The traditional houses are 2, 6, and 10. You got fire signs ruling your 2nd, 6th, and 10th house. In whole house astrology, all Pisces Ascendants have Aries in the 2nd. They got Leo in the 6th and Sagittarius in the 10th. If you go to that second secret video that I did, Dharma, Why You Were Born a Pisces, I talk about this. But what is interesting, and someone's saying, why are you yelling? Well, I'm hearing impaired and I like to yell. But what's interesting is the fire signs are ruling your traditional money houses. This means you can get money quickly. Even though when I said Saturn was in the 11th, and that means it takes time sometimes to climb your way up to organizational ladders or have more wealth in your old age, don't be misquoting me. Many Pisces get quick rich off of just great ideas, because fire signs quick. Fire signs is inspiration. Fire sign is action. Pisces, you're not going to get rich waiting on someone else to open up a door for you. You got to be passionate enough to knock on that door. You got to be passionate enough to create your own job. Don't wait around for someone else to give you a hand out. Say, hey, you know what? I'll figure out a way to pay myself. I'll figure out a way. How do you do this? What excites you? Where does your imagination take you? What inspires you in spirit? With the fire signs in 2, 6, and 10, you should pay attention to these ideas that come to your mind. Those ideas are millions of dollars. Those ideas are new businesses. Those ideas are breakthrough in medical or great insights from God. Will all of your ideas be $1 million? No, but one of them will be, definitely. One of them can be, is if you will do the work behind the inspiration. So when you get really excited, fire is really excited and gets in, but it doesn't last long. So you have to really pick an idea that you think that can keep you inspired, that can keep you wanting to take action. But you should always pay attention to any little ideas that spark in your mind, because fire sign is inspiration. It's ideas that spark in our mind, and you should hit it while it's hot. And just go with it right away. Just do it now, do it now, do it now. Pisces, don't wait around. Do it now. And that action by itself will create a domino effect that will either bring you a lot of money or put you in the next place you need to be for your evolution. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. This is how you make your money. And if you like this, comment in the section below. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it with somebody. Put in the comments below, what planets do you got in 3, 7, and 11? What kind of work are you doing? What kind of work are you inspired of doing? If you're thinking about a hobby that you might want to turn into a job, share it with us. This is your soul tribe, Pisces. We are here to encourage one another, lift each other up, and I want you to comment. I want to get to know you guys. Namaste.